Hello everybody and welcome to the Darlington Raceway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Sport Clips 200. In the next episode, our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode Season number 3. Jesse Love, AJ Allmendinger, and Connor Zilish all have to start at the rear of the field after failing pre-race inspection. We're once again racing here at Darlington just like we did earlier in the season. This is our last Xfinity race we'll be racing for the season. Per the NASCAR rulebook, we cannot race in the regular season finale next week in Kansas or throughout the Xfinity Series playoffs. So we're green and underway here from Darlington in our WeatherTech Chevrolet. We are starting this race from the 8th position on the outside of our teammate of Christian Eckes in that number 11 on our inside, trying to work this outside lane, bouncing off the wall there until we usually firm it there and get to the inside of Eckes, and now Sammy Smith. Just like that, we are now crossing guys up, making a move for 6th place on the racetrack early in this race. And now we get underneath the 7 of Justin Allgaier to try to break into the top 5. A little bit of contact there. Remember, Gregson and Allgaier were 4th and 5th, separated by just 14 points for the final spot in the playoffs. Right now, it is a tight battle between these two, and we are getting aggressive, trying to pass. We are 3 wide with them through 1 and 2, bouncing off the wall. Gregson got squeezed. We get by Allgaier for 4th, go to the outside of Brandon Jones to try to secure 3rd. Just clip the wall, and next to the 2 comes sliding way down to the apron. We save it, keep it going in the right direction, and carry on our drive forwards now, trying to get back by the 9 of Brandon Jones and the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Big contact with the 9 right there. 3 wide. Somehow the 9 lifts. We clear him, and now we're battling Justin Allgaier for 3rd as Ryan Sieg is leading this race in the 39, trying to pull off the upset, and Creed is behind him in 2nd. Of course, Sheldon Creed, so many 2nd place finishes here in Darlington. Can he finally get the wins? We try to go to the outside. Justin Allgaier doesn't work, so he lifted. Now get the switch back on exit of 2. A great run right there to the inside of Justin Allgaier. We will go into turn 3 and 4. A tight battle with the driver who is below the cut line by 14 points. Going today, a little bit of contact. We squeeze him up into the wall. We're both in the wall, catching Darlington's stripes. We make the pass for 3rd. Field upsider. The 7 back to our inside. Allgaier going to cross us over now. Down the front stretch, this battle continues. Creed and Sieg have driven away with 6 to go in the stage. We are still trying to get by Justin Allgaier. Give him a little shot there through 1 and 2. Move him up the racetrack. Use the inside lane here on exit of turn 2. Get a great run right there, and right back by Justin Allgaier we go, and we will retain position number 3 on the racetrack. Now, a lap or 2 later, here comes Allgaier once again, trying the same move he did last time to our inside. We let him clear us into 1 and 2. Dive back to the inside. 5 to go on the stage. Give him another big shot right there in the center of the corner. That moves him just enough up out of the groove to give us a great run right to the inside of Allgaier we go, and we pass him once again down the back straight, maintaining 3rd. Now last lap of stage 1 is going to be Sheldon Creed winning the stage over Ryan. Sorry, this is not the last lap of the stage. It almost is. We still have a little ways. We still got 3 to go on the stage. It's Creed who is taking the lead from Ryan C. We just bounced off the wall in turn 4 and lost 3 spots now, giving us spots to our teammates of Eckes and Sammy Smith, and the 31 of Ty Dillon for Jordan Anderson Racing, who's having a very strong run today, keeping himself in front of the field. Now we go back underneath Sammy Smith down the backstretch for 4th. Gonna try to get by our teammate of Eckes for 30. A little bit tight in there into the corner. We're getting into it, into the wall. We get into the 11. Eckes into the wall as we go after it for 3rd place. We make the pass in controversial fashion, but we get into 3rd. Creed will win stage 1 here at Darlington, followed by Sieg in 2nd. We come home in 3rd, still getting a very solid run. And then Eckes and Sammy Smith run out of the top 5, followed by Cole Custer, Ty Dillon, Seabell, Raja Caruth, and Noah Gregson, the top 10. So Sheldon Creed takes care of business in stage 1. We hang on to 3rd place there, the 8 stage points, and now back underway in stage 2. Beginning stage number 2, of course, 10-lap stage here. We're working the inside of Christopher Bell for 7th in turn 1. We go by the 19. Now go by the 31 of Ty Dillon for position, chasing down Eckes and Custer. I'd give Custer a little shove there. 3 wide for position now down this back stretch. We squeeze by the 00. Go underneath Eckes now, make that pass for 4th. Give Sammy Smith a big bump to 10 sideways in front of us. We try to go to the outside. We end up accidentally squeezing Eckes into the wall. Not what we wanted to do right there. And all 4 of us lose momentum. And it's a disastrous turn of events there. And now we are stuck on the outside lane of Custer and Seabell going by now as we try to hold the outside for 5th. It's just so hard to make the outside lane work here. There we go, bouncing off the wall again. Now crossing over Christopher Bell on exit. Back into the top 5 we go. Now once again underneath Sammy, so giving a little bit of a door slam, showing I didn't appreciate the way that all went down there a lap ago. We get around him for 4th. Custer looks like he's driving away with 3rd. Lap later, we're trying to hold off Seabell for 4th. We can't quite do it. The 19 gets around us. We slide down to 5th place now as Sheldon Creed continues to dominate this race. here in Darlington. On the next side, we try to hold off the 98 Noah Gregson. Remember, Bubble Driver needs some points, and we just completely missed the corner. Pound the wall off the 98, back into the wall. Hard contact for us right there to the outside wall. Big problems right there. Cost us a ton of momentum and a ton of positions on the racetrack as we now slip all the way outside the top 10, outside the top 15, down to 16th here as we merge back on the racetrack. Next up, we try to cross over Brandon Jones. Jesse Love 3 wide for 14th into 3 and 4. Just completely missed the corner. Get into the 2. Jesse Love was completely sideways. We try to lift to avoid wrecking him there, but we end up slamming right into the back of Jesse Love. That kills our momentum even worse and damages the hood of the race car. 3 to go on the stage. We're still trying to survive in 15th as we go into turn 1. There goes the 7 to Justin Allgaier. The tire blows on the 7. He goes crashing into turn 1. That will end stage 2 and drama. All of a sudden here in Darlington, that is detrimental to Justin Allgaier's playoff hopes. A flat tire in Darlington could derail his entire season as Creed sweeps the stages, followed by Ryan Sieg, Seabell, and Custer. Unbelievable there from Justin Allgaier as we're now working on Kligerman at the beginning of this third and final stage of racing to break into the top 15. He blows a tire while inside the top 10, gives up crucial stage points that he could have earned, especially with Gregson earning stage points in both stages. That gap is continuing to compound itself on Justin Allgaier as he continues to just lose more and more points, and it's just a disastrous turn of events for the 7s. You know, go underneath Ty Dillon on this restart, work our way up into 11th. Or at least try to get the 8 of Carson Quaffle for Junior Motorsports up ahead of us, running inside the top 10, having a strong run today. Big bump right there to the back of Quaffle. As it's at the front, it's Christopher Bell now battling his teammate Sheldon Creed for the lead. Of course, Bell and that 19 non-playoff eligible because that is a part-time car. Multiple drivers bouncing around that seat for Joe Gibbs Racing. This is, of course, Bell's one and only start of the year. As we go underneath the 11 of Christian Eckes for position number 8. We're going to make that pass here out of turn 4. Try to get around our teammate there. And, of course, AJ Allmendinger just up ahead of him there in 7th. Of course, the 16 has been solid today. Of course, he's pretty good here at Darlington. So I'm going to go by Eckes for 8th. Just get our nose underneath AJ Allmendinger. Take that momentum and move into 7th here as we go down the back straightaway here at Darlington. Chasing down Noah Gregson and Raja up ahead. A few laps there. We're catching up to Raja Caruth for 7th place. Get a nice crossover with the inside lane and make the pass on Caruth. Into 7th we go. Now chasing down Bubble driver Noah Gregson, who is looking to really extend his gap tonight with Justin Allgaier. He's now trouble. The 99 of Connor Zilish has blown a tire and will go spinning through turn 3 and 4, but no caution will come out. And that will be at the end of Zilish's night here in Darlington, right as we're going to make the pass on the 98 of Noah Gregson for 7th. Zilish has wiped out. His day is over. And that is it for Connor Zilish. Unfortunately, he will not get a Darlington win in his rookie Xfinity Series campaign. He clears Gregson for 6th. Next up later, of course, we're going by Zilish's car now. And now Gregson hits us with a crossover. As you see, our right front really wearing down to 7% as we almost wreck out of turn 2 there, trying to swing to the inside. No, Gregson, but I realize what has to happen. We slam on the brakes here in 3 and 4, and we're going to bring it down the pit lane. We didn't manage our tires well enough here on this final run of the race. Almost spinning out coming down the pit lane, but we have to come in two tires and fuel, sadly, just to get us to the end here. So we would have blown our right front tire, and we don't want to tear up the race car. You know, we want to keep these fast collie cars strong and set up to help the guys who are in the playoffs, like AJ Allmendinger or Sammy Smith or Eckes trying to make it in next week. So unfortunately, that is going to end our contention here as we fall a lap down and are all the way down in 35th here in Darlington. A very disappointing end to this race here as Sheldon Creed looks to go through to get his 3rd win of the season, which would be a statement that he's up there as one of the championship favorites alongside Raja Caruth and the 99 of Connor Zilish. As we go the inside of Kyle Weatherman here on the last lap of racing. We get around him there, but it's going to be Sheldon Creed winning here at Darlington in the Xfinity Series, getting his 3rd win of the season. We come home disappointed in 35th, a lap down due to poor tire management and the right front wearing. As we get your final race results now from Darlington. Of course, Creed the winner, a JGR 1-2 with Christopher Bell having a strong run in 2nd. Ryan Sieg 3rd, so close but not quite enough to save his season. Parker Retzloff 4th. Cole Custer rounds out your top 5. Then Gregson, a huge point stay in 6th. Caruth, Eckes, Ty Dillon, Allmendinger of the top 10. You see Allgaier finishes in 26th. A disastrous turn there for the 7, and he's going to lose a ton of points to Gregson. And of course, we sadly end up 35th alongside our Alliance teammate Zilish in 36th. Not the way we wanted our final Xfinity start of the year to go. Regardless, it was still a successful campaign, winning 5 or 6 Xfinity races in our last season, where we can run as many races as we want. As you like your Xfinity Series playoff grid, of course, next episode is a regular season finale for the Xfinity Series from Kansas Speedway. Noah Gragson now has extended his gap from 14 to 41 over Justin Allgaier, and is virtually a must-win for the 7 to make the playoffs, or else Gregson's going to get that final spot. You see Creed now secures his spot in second as a 3-time winner this season, right there behind Zilish and ahead of Caruth. So there's a situation for the Xfinity cars going into Kansas. Allgaier 41 below Gragson for the final spot. And now we head to today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Southern 500, a crown jewel race here from the Darlington Raceway in our playoff opener, as we look to continue our dominant streak and go for a three-peat of championships here in season number 3. As we say, stories of the race, Corey LaJoie has got a fast car this weekend, which is very rare for him. Josh Berry failed tech inspection. He will start, which is huge. He's a playoff driver, as will Chandler Smith, who had to replace a transmission after practice and qualifying issues. So 2 big names, Chandler Smith, Josh Berry, in the playoffs. Starting at the back of this field as we are green and underway in the Southern 500. Who is going to tame the Lady in Black and get to victory lane tonight here in Darlington? We're going to find out. Tyler Reddick leads us to the green from pole position as we start this race from 19th alongside the 7 of LaJoie, who we already go by. Go to the inside of Justin Haley, Ryan Blaney, 3 wide pass. Into 17th we go, continuing our charge forwards. Now working on Cole Custer and Michael McDowell to break into the top 15. So we go by Custer for 16th, now McDowell for 15th. Work on getting around Corey Heim and Kyle Busch. 13th, 14th, of course, Kyle Busch, that super cool Oreo paint scheme he's rocking this weekend. We go on the outside of Busch now, trying to get the outside of Heim as well, but Chase Elliott squeezes us into the wall right there. Definitely frustrated the way Chase has been racing us as a rival all season. There goes Joey Logano going by, and here comes Carson Hocevar trying to make something happen. As we are settling into 16th here with 20, still a long way to go in this opening stage of racing. So now we get up to the back of the 8 of Kyle Busch to try to move into this 15th spot. Not quite yet. Going underneath Joey Logano and Elliott. 3 wide to the inside lane we go now. Trying to move into the top. We door slam Elliott into 3 and 4, showing our frustration. He gets up to the wall. Now we're using the apron here. The clean pass to the inside of the 43 of Eric Jones moves us into 13th. A little bit of aggressive cutting his nose off there, but we made the pass. Now a few laps there to the inside of Corey Heim for position number 12 down the backstretch. We'll easily pass that Toyota driver. And now here comes Carson Hocevar to our inside. How about the 77? Hocevar having a strong run, even though he just missed the playoffs here in P12. As he's right there, our teammate Chastain, we give Hocevar a little bump. 3 wide, nearly an accident right there next to the turn 2. Everyone keeps it going the right direction. Now he's 3 wide by Bowman, who's a few spots now. Tyler Reddick from the pole has slipped all the way back now to 10th, 11th, 12th. He's completely drive through him right there, so he didn't give us any room whatsoever to make a pass. So we did what we had to do. Chastain goes by for 9th, Hocevar to 10th, and we slide down to 11th. A lap or 2 later to the inside of Ross Chastain we go. Our teammate to make a move in the top 10, and we'll make that pass, clearing Chastain into the top 10 we go. Now running in position number 10 as we set our sights on the 77 of Carson Hocevar, and the caution comes out because the 2 of Austin Cindric has blown a tire and wrecked into 1 and 2 here at Darlington. Chandler Smith collects some damage, but Cindric is crashing with the caution. So Cindric and I come down pit road. We are the only 2 who decide to come down. Why not? Let's pit, get 4 fresh tires, drive our way up to, I believe, Josh Berry as well. Get 4 fresh tires, drive our way back through the field. It's my philosophy. So we give up all our track position from 10th. And now we're at the back. Through this first lap, we've already driven our way up to 32nd. Now the inside of Sheldon Creed to 31st we go, clearing Justin Haley easily. Just driving right by Stenhouse. Into 29th we go now. A brilliant restart so far. Next up, we dive to the inside of Daniel Heinrich for 28th. Now about the 14 of Chase Briscoe, one of our playoff drivers, struggling here to track. He won at in real life in this year's Southern 500. We get around him. Into the top 25 we go now, going by Sam Mayer in the number 88 machine for Junior Motorsports. We get around him, now get behind Todd Gilliland and zoom right by him on the inside of 3 and 4. With these fresh tires, we are hauling around this racetrack right now. We are flying to the field now. 3 wide with Ryan Blaney, Chandler Smith, 2 more playoff drivers. Aggressive move. We make the pass, dive, use up Nemechek through turn 1, clear Reddick just like that. Now we're into the top 20. Continuing to just surge through the field with unprecedented pace, just clinically picking the field apart one by one, just like that. Field upstate right now underneath Chase Elliott for position number 16, continuing to just drive through the pack, showing our impressive skills here and the advantage of fresh tires. 16 to go in stage 1. We get into Chase Elliott. He squeezes Bubba under the wall back there underneath the 48 of Bowman. We go now to get back in the top 15. We get by the 48. Set our sights now on Michael McDowell in 14th and Corey Heim up ahead in position number 13. Larson still dominating this race from the lead now. Of course, we know how strong Kyle Larson is at Darlington. We get by McDowell 14th. Now setting our sights on Corey Heim's 2311 Racing Toyota. And the number 67, we go to the inside of him into turn 1 and 2 here. Now we go by Corey Heim into turn 1. Nice easy pass there. Into 13th we go. Few laps there. We're now closing on AJ Allmendinger 3 wide. Allmendinger Chastain. Allmendinger had to really check up, or else that could have been really bad, as we were being ultra aggressive there. Now side by side with the teammate of Chastain for 11th, which is where we were when we decided to come down pit road to begin the pit cycle. So we get around Ross for 11th. So we bounce off the wall right there, but we take the position, cycle out to about where we were. And the next stop we're going by Eric Jones, of course, 2-time Southern 500 winner. We get around the 43. We're in the top 10 now. Right behind the 17 to Chris Buescher, giving him a little bit of a bump. A few laps later, he's still holding us up, so now we give Buescher a big shot, just move him just enough out of the way at the bottom to make room. We go by Chris Buescher into 9th. We go now working on his teammate and co-owner, the 6 of Brad Keselowski for position number 8 here at Darlington. We'll go by Brad, and by Keselowski we go up into 8th now. Late in this run, a few laps later, cars are coming down pit lane. The pit cycle has begun at the end of the stage. Ty Gibbs and C-Bell stay on the racetrack. Of course, ourselves in third, as we have more fuel and tires than these guys do. Next up later, Gibbs and Bell are in. Now we are cycling out to the race lead to lead our first laps of the night here in the Cookout Southern 500 with some good strategy at the end of the stage. A few laps later, 7 to go in stage 1, working by lap traffic. Todd Gilliland trying not to go 2 laps down. Same thing as Chase Briscoe all the way back at 30th. As Briscoe cannot afford to go 2 down. A little bit of contact. Briscoe really squeezing us. He's sideways into us. We're losing. We're slamming the wall. There goes Chase Briscoe. He is destroyed. Huge damage to the 14. We have damage. Caution is out. And now we have a restart with 4 to go in stage 1. Barry, Cindric, and I were the only 3 in the lead lap at the time of caution. So let's get repairs. We fall behind Barry and Cindric, but still restart third, and just like that are on the inside of Cindric for the race lead down the backstretch of this opening lap on the restart. But here comes Ty Gibbs. The 54 is just trying to wreck us, puts himself in the wall, giving us a bump down through turn 1 and 2. That will knock Gibbs a shot there. Now we're just trying to hold off Ty Gibbs this last lap of the stage here at Darlington to bring home the stage 1 win and another playoff point. Every single one matters, even though we have a huge cushion anyway of playoff points. We continue to try to add them up. As we know, the round of 8 is always a tough round, and we want to really set ourselves up nice for that. If we have a couple of bad races, we can fall back on that cushion. As now Ty Gibbs gets one last shot at it, but runs out of time. And we will win stage 1 here in Darlington, getting 10 stage points and a crucial playoff point to our total. Gibbs, Wallace, Hamlin, and Cindric the top 5, followed by Larson, Byron, Heim, Logano, and Hocevar the top 10. So myself, Hamlin, Larson, Byron, and Logano are the only playoff drivers getting stage points in stage 1. As we were able to play the strategy game perfectly, win that stage. Now back underway in stage 2. We're trying to hold off the 11, Denny Hamlin, who is all over our back bumper right now, trying to find a way to move us out of the way. And he gets into the back bumper, contact to make it the 11. Now he's squeezing us at the outside wall. Hamlin now sideways, more contact. The 11 now spinning to the inside, big hit to the inside wall goes Hamlin. No caution, we stay green. We lose a ton of momentum. Drop down to 5th or 6th. Now we go by Austin Cindric and back. We're right back on the charge now, trying to get by Bubba Wallace for 3rd, as it's William Byron now leading this race. Joey Logano in 2nd. There goes Carson Hocevar, the 77. Bounces off the outside wall right there. There's a Bubba squeezing us now, so we're lifting, trying not to completely turn him in front of the pack. But we do get physical. Use him up there next to the 2 and secure 3rd place. Now we're clipping the wall. Here comes Chandler Smith. A little bit of contact there. We were just pushing it too hard through the challenging turn 3 and 4 here at Darlington with the different type of corners through 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4. Now Larson's giving us a bumper. Larson trying to move us out of the way. We can't block that off. Larson into us. We slide up the racetrack. Larson really loose. Bubba Wallace now getting into us. At a tight battle for top 5 spots here in stage 2 early in the going. Now we dive bomb underneath Bubba Wallace to get back into 5th, which will make that pass. And now we try to get by Larson, just lose the back end of the car next to the corner. Larson will drive away. Bubba now and I just door slamming, fighting for this 5th spot on the racetrack. We lift into turn 1, let Bubba go by, give him a bump into turn 1, and try to regroup here. Let cooler heads prevail and get back to work and gaining positions, but once again Bubba trying to cut us off, so this time he's completely used him up there. He gets completely sideways, but a huge save from Bubba there, and we move into 5th. And now lap 44, Seabell running in 8th, has trouble up ahead as Bubba Wallace has crashed alongside Carson Hocevar, 2 guys inside the top 10. That is going to be the end of the night for Hocevar, who's having an impressive run. He is done. And now we are trying to get after Larson and Logano for the lead on this restart. Of course, 2 former Cup Series champions. Logano, a 2-time Cup Series champion in 2018 and 22. Larson, your 2021 Cup Series champion. We use up Joey Logano. Get aggressive and make the pass. And now we are back in the lead here in the 700 few laps later, trying to hold the lead. Just clip the wall next to the 4. And here comes Joey Logano right back by us to the inside. Logano capitalizing on our mistakes. Logano back to the front with 7 to go in stage 2. Larson gets by for 2nd, but we're trying to chase him back down. We had a really good entry to turn 1 there. Gotta get some good momentum on exit of the corner. We are getting into it with Kyle Larson. Big contact made there. We move the 5 out of the way. Back into 2nd we go. Now trying to block Byron a few laps there. He bounces off the wall. We bounce off the wall. Here comes Ty Gibbs coming through now. As we try to hold off the 24 of Byron, we get really loose there through turn 2, but we save it, hold down the 4 and 3rd for now. Byron going the outside, we block him into the fence right there, being ultra aggressive. Dive bomb Ty Gibbs. A little bit of contact lots of contact being made here through turn 3 and 4. This physical race here at Darlington between my rivals and I. Now we're bouncing like a pinball between the 5 and the 54. 5 to go on the stage. We're fighting for our life for 3rd right now. Trying to hang on, and now Larson moves us out of the way. There's some contact being made. He's going to put us all the way up to the outside of the wall. Nearly we save it, but now we're stuck between the 18 and the 24. Continuing to just get bullied here on the race. Now he's dive bomb Larson, shove him into the fence right there for 3rd. Being as physical as possible, just showing our frustration that Kyle Larson, the way he's raced us, Severe is not having it right now. Remember, the 2 of us are the guys who duked it out for the win in the spring on the overtime restart. We managed to take it from Larson. Now we're almost all on the wall. The 18 really sideways. Chandler Smith saves as we somehow go by and secure 3rd place. Now trying to just hold it here on the last stop of the stage. Here comes Larson. Looks like Logano is going to win the stage, and he needs every point he can get, as he came in one of the guys right on that playoff cut line. Now we're using Larson up there next to the corner. Logano will win stage 2. We will somehow hold on for 3rd in stage 2. Is Logano, Gibbs, myself, Chandler Smith, and Larson in the top 5, followed by Seabell, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, William Byron, and AJ Allmendinger snags a point. So you see there, Logano, myself, Chandler Smith, Larson, Bell, Keselowski, and Byron, the playoff drivers, getting stage points. So a wild race so far here in Darlington. Lots of contact, intense racing for the lead. Now we get underneath Gibbs and Logano. 3 wide pass on the restart. Back to the front. We are back in the lead here in the Star 500. But Logano is coming back on the outside lane as this battle continues into turn 3 and 4. A great battle for position on the racetrack. We are doing everything we can right now. Contact with Ty Gibbs. We're bouncing off the fence there. Gibbs really pushing the issue. I'm not happy at all about that. So we're squeezing him into turn 1 and 2. Now big contact. All of us are to the wall. Gibbs, Wallace, and I all bouncing off the wall right there. And here comes 4 guys too on the inside. There goes Keselowski, Larson, and Allmendinger. How about AJ? He's having a great run today in that number 13. Inside the top 5 after stage 2 stage points. Now we're working on the inside of Allmendinger for 4th place. Right now he's doing pretty good holding his position up here, but in the 3 and 4 we're just faster than Allmendinger, so we'll easily drive by him for 14th. Star sights on Brad Keselowski for 3rd. We dive underneath the 6th now, the co-owner of RFK Racing, and we will do battle with Brad Keselowski in that 6th car for this 3rd spot on the racetrack. We send it into 3 and 4 and we'll clear Keselowski for 3rd. Now start sights on Ty Gibbs and Kyle Larson. Feel upstairs. We're closing on Ty Gibbs for 2nd. Dive into 3 and 4, and the caution has come out at a misopportune time right there. Right as we were going for 2nd, but on the restart, Larson tries wrecking us, gives himself a horrible restart, and drops away back. So now it's just 20 laps to go in the Southern 500. We are blocking Ty Gibbs for our life. So hard we both bounce off the fence. And now here comes Brad Keselowski in the 6th, who has been lurking all night long here. And now we've only to 11 to go. We are still leading, trying to hold off Kyle Larson behind us through 1 and 2. Almost a mirror image of what happened in the spring between the two of us. And the caution now comes out. Now what do? We decide to pit and take 4 tires, which drops us back to 14th for the restart. And now we go 3 wide, hanging out Christopher Bell and trying to go by Chase Elliott for 12. As this battle continues into turn 1 and 2, we use Chase Elliott to put him in the wall, not dealing with his BS late in this race. Now, the following lap, we go underneath the 17 of Chris Buescher, clear for 11th. Now underneath our teammate, the 1 of Ross Chastain, who's been about 10th all night long. We're going to make that pass on him for the said position number 10. We clear Ross. Now start sights on Eric Jones, of 2-time former Southern 500 winner, running in 9th, having a solid run as always here in Darlington. We'll go around him for that position. Now we dive underneath Bubba Wallace for 8th, being ultra aggressive as we have to, because Larson's driving away out in the lead, trying to get another Southern 500 trophy as we dive underneath Ty Gibbs and Chandler Smith, 3 wide of the Joe Gibbs Racing duo now, trying to get as many positions as quickly as possible. We've really got to use this tire advantage while we have it. 6 to go. We used up Ty Gibbs, put him in the wall right there. Into 7th we go now. Trying to catch by the 18 of Smith and Joey Logano in the 22, who of course is your stage 2 winner, who played the strategy right and was able to outduel myself, Byron, and Larson. Now we dive into turn 3 and 4, clear Hamlin and Bell, and use Keselowski and Byron a little bit as our brakes right there to make the corner. We go by them. We're now into 2nd, 1.3 seconds behind Larson with 5 to go. And now 2 to go. We have shrunk that gap down to 6/10 here at Darlington, the Southern 500. We are trying to track down Kyle Larson to win the Southern 500 and sweep Darlington once again for the season. Great run there through 1 and 2. The gap now down to 0.4 of a second. Into 3 and 4, we are closing in on Kyle Larson. Come with the white flag. We dive it aggressively into 3 and 4, trying to gain too much there in one corner, make a mistake. Larson gets a really good exit to the corner and extends that gap back out to 6.7 now. White flag in the air. Final laps on Carter on bank. It might come down to 3 and 4. Us descending it in, going for the win. As Larson continuing to drive away, but we're closing in through 1 and 2, and the caution has come out. The race is over, and we do not get an opportunity to go after Larson, and Kyle Larson wins the Southern 500 at Darlington and advances to the round of 12 in the playoffs as we run out of laps to get him there at the end and run out of time and come home 2nd, so close to victory, but still, regardless, a good points day. Byron, Keselowski, Hamlin, the top 5. Logano and Chandler Smith, 6th and 7th. Christopher Bell in 10th. Buescher, Chastain, Elliott, Bowman finished inside the top 15. Blaney down in 19th, not the finish he was looking for. Same thing for Chase Briscoe, 27th. Reddick, 29th. And Josh Berry, the worst finishing playoff driver, in 30th. So it'll be very interesting to look at the playoff grid after a very telling Southern 500 with a dramatic finish, but not quite the way we wanted it to go. So, of course, Kyle Larson's advanced. He wins the Southern 500. He's on to the round of 12. We are looking really good at plus 87. As long as we maintain that gap next episode, we will be just fine. In advance, Byron, plus 26 is looking good. Chandler Smith, Joey Logano, Hamlin, Bell, Buescher, all double digits above the cut line. Just no mistakes there. Looking okay. Keselowski now plus 9. Bowman plus 8, Chastain plus 5, and Ryan Blaney sits on the playoff bubble 1 point above the 9 of Chase Elliott, who is right now below the cut line, which would be a shock elimination there. Tyler Reddick now 15 below the cut line. Briscoe out by 17, and Josh Berry out by 21. So Stewart Haas cars got a steep hill to climb the next 2 races at Atlanta and Bristol if they want to find their way into the round of 12 and keep their dreams alive. So there's your updated playoff grid. Larson wins the Southern 500. We come up so close, half a lap short. And that is going to do it for me. And before we end the episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you to Brenda Brian and Jeremy Isley. I really appreciate your guys' support. It really helps this channel do the fun things that we love to see. And if any of you want to become channel members as well, you can click the join button or the link in the description down below to get access to exclusive perks, such as early access to videos, members-only polls, and your name on a paint scheme in this NASCAR Heat 5 Season 3 finale at Homestead. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.